Okay, moved by Heather,
Are we gonna talk about the general portion first and then talk about the other? Because remember, this was a two-part.
yeah, this was, okay, at the corporate services meeting, we had two items on the agenda. One that was involved with Wayne Ken, and the other was whether or not we should review our fees for the building inspection. And we provided a package that sort of gave a little bit of background, point back a number of years, so that, you know, some people were on last council term, some weren't, just to make sure everybody was up to date on that part of it. So the first part of the meeting is, I'll say, the minor part is, do we want to take a look at our building fees? Okay, we're recovering about 83% or somewhere around 80% of our fees, or 80% of our building inspection costs through fees, and that means that our taxpayers are paying a pretty low amount of money for building fees. The average taxpayer. So I'll ask the question, okay, if we don't want to give direction to staff to review those fees, that we can just stop right there.
Have those fees been going up regularly?
Yeah, they get some.
May as well,
They get indexed annually.
okay. So if that's the case,
That's just point of procedure, or what kind of meeting are we in right now?
oh yeah, that's,
Regular right now.
Well, we adjourned now. Did we
No, we're
adjourn?
in the special meeting now. We're in the next meeting, the special.
It's just a special meeting?
Yeah,
first, and
we haven't
then
gone to camera,
camera.
this part of it was
Okay.
open, part of it's in camera.
Yeah, sorry.
okay. I can't remember where it's, okay.
Sure.
So, you know, we could make all our fees zero, and the average taxpayer then pays for everything.
Yeah.
Or we can try to recover, the town policy is to try to recover a big part of our costs through the people who actually use the service. So right now, it's around 80%.
I think where I was going with this, Bill, was the fact that a few years ago, we had over 400,000 in that bank account.
Mhm.
And now we're looking at a lot less. I feel we have too many people who pay, and that's what the problem is. Now, we can talk about the rest later, but that's what my opinion is. I think the fees are too high.
Well, that's something that we shouldn't talk about in public, okay?
Well, there's nothing I said wrong.
Yeah. The fees themselves.
I was just getting to that
Yeah.
again.
I just am saying that the fees, do we want to review our fees or not?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think we should review our fees,
Okay.
yes.
So we'll ask staff to review our fee structure, and in what manner? Do we want to compare it to other communities, or do we want to, how do we want them to look at our fee structure?
Well, for me, I would like to know what fees are over and above the building code requirements. So are we charging for any fee that's above what the current building code is? So those ones I'd like to be identified what they are.
So Bill, I don't know if you want to answer that, we agreed to that with the last term council.
So we don't have any in excess of the,
Anybody in town can, if there's a standard for building, even if there isn't a standard, for example, we removed windows last year, windows and doors in the same opening. Anybody who wants to have our building inspector to inspect the windows and doors, even if it goes into the same opening, can ask for that, and they'll pay a fee for it. Okay, because our building inspector is going out to do that. If they don't want to, they don't need to get a building permit for that though. So if they don't get a building permit, our building inspector doesn't go out. everything's all right. So we've already identified a number of items that people don't need building permits for. But if you don't need a building permit, you can still ask the building, you can still take out a building permit for it. The inspector will go out and inspect it. You'll pay a fee for it, okay? But you've got peace of mind that the job is done right. So it may not require, let's say, if I brought a window and I'm taking the window open and I'm putting a new window into the same opening, we don't require, as a community, a building permit for that. But if you want to have a building inspector do that, you can get a permit, pay a fee, and he'll go out and inspect it.
But still, if I have a blue house and I want to change it to white, I have to get a building permit to change the siding on my house.
I can't tell you which ones we do.
I think what we need to include in here is a list of items not needing the building permit
Mhm.
under the OBC.
Mhm.
Then we'll decide. I understand the standard of care. We talked about drywall, we talked about sheds under 100 square feet, we talked about siding. But let's see the list that is mandatory under the Ontario Building Code, and we'll start from there.
Okay,
Sounds good.
that's fair.
Yeah.
And then and that's what we're requesting is that. Okay? So now we're going to, right?
I've noticed I've seen some sort of a form or some sort of information. I don't know how I got it. I don't know whether I got it through somebody sending it to me or not. But I noticed on there was things like, if you wanted to change your sink or something of that nature, that you require a permit. Okay, it says fixtures. And fixtures, you don't require a permit for fixtures unless you're actually moving where the fixture was. You're re-plumbing them, right? You're moving the whole plumbing system over. As long as you're not moving the plumbing system, everything stays where it's supposed to, then that's legal.
So we're going to ask staff to provide us with a list.
Okay,
Okay?
okay.
So now we're going to go into in-camera.
I just,
Okay.
I'll just add, we also need reports from the building department. That's under our current bylaws, and we haven't had a
Oh, yeah.
report since January. No, whatever reason, but we do need those, because they include the number of permits and other information that's necessary for this.
I think the last one was in the spring, actually.
When?
We'll definitely bring those back.
Okay. So now I've got a motion to, do I have to pass a motion in this meeting?
Nope, to go on camera.
Okay. Moved by Heather, seconded by Ray, be it resolved that under authority of section 26.1.3 of bylaw 2062/08, council goes into an in-camera session for the purpose stated in section 239.2 of the municipal act. Personal matters about identifiable individuals, including municipal or local board employees. A matter in respect of which council, committee, or other body may hold a closed meeting under the act. And I've got about 7:52.